Rajesh and Siddharth. നിങ്ങൾ ഒരുമിച്ച് ഇപ്പം പെർഫോം ചെയ്യാൻ സ്പിരിറ്റ്സ് എന്ന ബാൻഡിൻ്റെ പെർഫോം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് ഇപ്പോൾ. ഇറ്റ്സ് വൺ ഓഫ് ദ മോസ്റ്റ് സെലിബ്രേറ്റഡ് ബാൻഡ്സ് റൈറ്റ് നൗ. എങ്ങനെയാണ് സ്പിരിറ്റ്സ് രൂപം കൊണ്ടത്?
Spirits, it's basically my album in 2007. Then I met this very young and talented drummer. So thought, why not plan a nice energetic band and name it Spirits, because the young spirit always works.
Definitely.
So it was just started casually, but it's working very well by God's grace.
എന്താ ഇപ്പം ക്ലാസിക്കൽ മാൻഡലിൻ അല്ലാണ്ട് എക്സ്പെരിമെൻ്റൽ ആയിട്ട് അങ്ങനെയാണോ നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യാൻ? ഡു യു ഡെവലപ്പ് എക്സ്പെരിമെൻ്റൽ മ്യൂസിക്?
Yes, basically I'm a classical Carnatic mandolin player, but I like to experiment a lot. You know, I know my brother U. Srinivas has done everything, but I would like to see what more left out and see what I can do more, like trying with new voices.
Okay.
I perform with Philharmonic Orchestra.
Okay.
I worked with rock drummers.
Oh, great.
I worked with a DJ in New York, so all crazy stuff, but it's fun, you know, music.
Experimenting all
Always
the
nice.
genres. It's very nice. So, Siddharth, you have been playing from a very young age. Like you can call a prodigy, young genius.
He's still very young.
No, but when I say young, you started
Yeah.
touring at the age of 3, which is massive. So when did you start, if you have to start performing at 3?
It was a very different experience in life. It's a turnover for me.
Okay.
Because I started when I was 2.5 years old. I did my first performance in Thiruvarkad temple
Okay.
here, and I did my first solo for about 12.5 minutes
Oh,
in my own small size drum kit, which was made by my dad.
okay.
And it still is a very big experience for me. That shows, I don't have a video coverage of that and all, but it still lies in all of their memories, whoever have come there. And that's how I started. And then basically it started with inspiration from my dad.
Okay.
My dad is also a rhythm programmer and a live artist, rhythm artist. We're a family of musicians, and then I got inspired by him, and then took up to just admiring his playing, and then I just started off playing. And when I was 3 years old, I went with TVS for their tour in India. Started Bangalore, and Bangalore was my first show.
Okay.
Just went on.
At the age of 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
3.
fantastic. നിങ്ങൾ രണ്ടുപേരും യു ആർ മ്യൂസിക്കലി ഫ്രം എ മ്യൂസിക്കലി റിച്ച് ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ട്. Sir, your brother U. Srinivas, who is a mandolin maestro.
And also my guru.
Yeah, also your guru. How has it influenced you as a musician? Did you always think that you will be a musician because you have their influence?
Yeah, I can say family music irundhudu. I mean, family of musicians. I was not pretty serious about my music. I was learning, I mean, because it was in the family. So me coming into music is more like accidental or incidental, I can say.
Okay.
I was learning, and I went to concert with my brother when I was, I think, 7 or 6 or 7 or 8, I don't remember. Kanchi Paramachari, you know, who lived for 100 years. So he asked, who is this boy? I know I'm not speaking Malayalam in between. So our church had a cherry fan. And then my brother said, my younger brother, he asked whether I'm to music. He said he's just learning. I was learning like 1 or 2 songs. I was not serious. I always wanted to become a pilot. So
Okay.
then he asked me to play. And my brother was a little hesitant. I was not professional time because a professional artist was sitting there. And
Okay.
he still insisted me to play at least 1 song. So that changed my whole life.
That was the first step into your career
Music,
in music.
Arangetram, you can say, it's that call in our language.
Okay. So Siddharth, when under whom did you start training your drum?
I have learned from different teachers and people with different genres. Of course, my dad first.
Okay.
I got inspired, as I told you, and then I learned my first theoretical notes from Gopal uncle. But before that, my first initiation, my first lesson was from Shivamani uncle.
Okay.
I learned my first lesson called double strokes, which he taught me as mummy and daddy, because left, right was mummy and daddy.
Okay.
That's how he taught me this, and then that was the first lesson I learned. And after that, I got my theory from Gopal uncle. He's my dad's friend, and he runs the institute in Chennai. And then I learn once in a year. I go to Malaysia and I learn from Puthuthalam uncle and Robert uncle there.
Okay.
And my Indian ethnicity and all these instruments, the ethnic instruments I learned was purely from my dad and the videos on the internet. And also the Konokol, all those Indian mathematics I learned from Uma Shankar uncle, Vikutata, all of them, the complete family of Vikutata. And they've also very well supported me in bringing out my Indianness in
Okay.
drumming, and that's also changed my style of drumming, of playing a complete Western beat. It's basically a Western instrument, and I played Indian konakol and all. In the Western instrument is a different genre,
Okay.
so he helped me do that. And yeah.
So what are the different percussion instruments that you play? Or do you try a variety of instruments?
Yes, basica நான் drums தான் வச்சிருக்கேன்.
Okay.
கத்துன்றது வந்து I learned mridangam from Srinakudu uncle's son, Sheshaji sir, and then I learned of all the native instruments of many places, like tumba, congos and bongos and everything. And with basis of all of them, I experiment on different instruments with different styles.
Oh.
So I play most of the rhythm instruments. But other than that, out of passion, yes, pianos and guitars generally.
Okay.
But I program for my own compositions or something like that.
Okay.
That's how I play.
Very nice. രാജേഷ് ജി ഒരുപാട് വ്യത്യസ്തമായിട്ടുള്ള ആർട്ടിസ്റ്റിൻ്റെ കൂടെ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ജാക്കിർ ഹുസൈൻ, രഞ്ജിത്ത് ബാരറ്റ്, ഡൂയി ബാൻസ്, ടു നെയിം എ ഫ്യൂ. വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ ഇൻസ്പിറേഷൻ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരുപാട് ജേണൽസ് ട്രൈ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട്?
More than inspiration, it's an experience, you know. Each
Okay.
artist is different. For example, playing with Zakir Bhai, he's full of energy and one of the amazing musicians anybody could meet. So playing with him is a different experience. Like playing with Shivamani ji, he is an amazing guy. For him, everything is on the spot.
Okay.
He will not plan. On the stage, you have to look into his eyes. He will just flow the energy level. And when you play with Sultan Khan Saab or great classical artists, it's very, not only music, there are a lot of things you learn from them, you know, in life. Their whole artist, their experience, everything. It's simply amazing.
Okay. So can you share a few of your recent works?
Recent work, I very regularly play with Zakir Bhai.
Okay.
Of course, Shivamani sir. I'm playing with him next week also, in a few days. We're bringing out an album. I've started a new album which I've incorporated voice. Karthik Singer is doing the voice part. Shivamani ji is doing the rhythm. I'm also having Viku ji, Selva, and a lot of artists in that. So that's the current project I'm working on.
When it comes to awards and recognitions, both of their list is never ending. Siddharth, you have been accredited various prestigious awards right from the beginning. So Siddharth, to name a few, Balashri, Bal Ratna, and the list goes on. I mean, I can't even remember. So how does that, how does that helps you grow as a musician?
This is, I mean, awards and this is all a very important factor I would say, because they would show I would get to meet a lot of people, and also that it's a blessing for me that I am recognized from the path, the foundations or the institutions or the government everywhere. And it's really nice that people are there who are supporting musicians and artists to go and perform and take music as their career. So this is also a motivation not only for me but for all the other musicians also. So whether I get it or Anna gets it or anyone gets it, it's a motivation for others who for their people to get it, and then
Definitely.
it's also a pride for us also. So it's very nice. Balakaratna, Balashri, the Pogo Amazing Kids Awards. Everything was an experience for me because I meet a lot of people. Balashri, I met a lot of people of different genres playing different instruments, and I found a lot of jam sessions with them. Pogo Amazing Kids Awards, I met a lot of different artists from the different genres.
So one of the notable ones was being recognized as one of the 7 most geniuses in the world by National Geographic channel. So and I mean that doesn't stop there. You're also won record doctorate for drumming by the World Records University. So can you share that experience? How?
Um, First, I would like to tell about the doctorate. The doctorate was, first I got a mail from Records University saying I would write a thesis, and then I wrote the thesis and sent them so that they would publish in their journal,
Okay.
and they would get it verified from all the universities of the world records universities everywhere. I mean, the Vietnam Book of Records, all those book of records. And then I'd sent my thesis on my fast drumming on my hands and legs, because I'd done 2 records. On my hands I did 1906 beats in the Asia Book of Records, and then in my legs I did a record of 803 beats in a minute.
Okay.
Both of them were per minute. And then I did an attempt for Guinness, which we're still waiting the results, and that came to about 2038 beats in a minute on my hands.
Wow.
So all of these were sent to the World Records University to get it verified, and they said it will be published in the journal, and then they were very happy with it, I guess, and they conferred the doctorate on speed drumming for me.
നിങ്ങൾ തമ്മിലുള്ള ഒരു റാപ്പോ എങ്ങനെയാണ് മ്യൂസിക്കലി?
We have a very good understanding on stage. Most of the time, he asks for pieces what we're going to play, and you are there, no? He'll play because he knows a lot of my pieces well, and his understanding on stage with me is very good.
Okay.
I believe it is same with every musician because he's a wonderful musician. So we always have fun on stage.
താങ്കൾക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് സ്പിരിറ്റ്സ് എന്ന ബാൻഡ് ഒരു ചെറിയ പീസ്.
Sure, തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും.